Welcome to Crescent Times, the home of diaspora stories on culture, identity, motherhood, and womanhood. We are a group of soul sisters in England, Switzerland, and Germany. Our souls first met in Kenya, where incidentally, all of us were born. We invite you to join us in sharing stories and finding new paths to thrive in our spaces in the diaspora. Thank you for staying with us until the very end. Subscribe for our upcoming episodes to tell us what you'd like us to talk about on crescenttimes.info@gmail.com or hit us up on Instagram at Crescent Times.
I got to record this because you're looking so fine. Woo!
Am I? Oh my gosh. I was just thinking, oh my goodness, I should go do my face up.
You are one of those natural beauties. You don't need to do anything. I love how you do your head wrap. And then there's a little sort of the buttons. Oh, it looks so good. It's like, this elegance, you know what I mean?
Thank you. You're looking fresh when you were this morning. Hello.
Asante, this is my dress. Zara says it looks like a pajama, but I like it.
Oh, the one that, yeah, my boys, I have the dress that I have as well. They're like, Mommy.
Like this.
It's a dress shirt. It's got that little, it's so pretty. Hello. I love it. Love it. It accentuates your figure, honey.
Kick a figure.
Hey. I love it. Hey.
Look who's here. Oh my,
hey, Ceri.
We are together.
How are you, my dear?
I finally joined. Sorry, guys. It wasn't even traffic. It was literally, there was a truck driver that was being very daft while in the parking lot. He decided to park so that he could offload things and block everyone else who's trying to park. So we're looking at him like, are you serious right now? And then there was, you know how you're like, I know my errand will take 1 hour. Hey, should have worked for 1 hour and a half. But at the dry cleaning dude took way too long. It was one day when I needed them to just be, bam, bam, got your clothes. Here's your receipt, bye. But this guy was like looking at the clothes. Like, I'm not sure we can dry clean this. Have you dry cleaned it before? I'm like, really? Of all days, to give me attention. Yeah. So here we are.
This is how those things go. Like, I find it's when it's like the world, the universe gets that message. Oh, you're in a hurry. Oh, why? Slow down. Let's talk. The things always come when you don't have that time. When you've got all the time in the world, nothing.
You're left there going, so, where are you from? It's like, leave already.
Great weather we're having today.
You ever try to open a door when you are very in a hurry? The key.
It's the key.
Yes.
Like, what happened?
Like, I know this key works. Is this the right key? Did I? Yeah.
I think there is something that Ceri, what she's saying is somehow the universe is telling you, slow down. My mother-in-law has this saying. She says in Nigeria, there's this proverb. It says, when you're in a rush, you will have to stop. You will stop. Yeah, I think the way she translates it is, when you are in a rush, you must stop, or you will stop. I can't remember the exact words, but I'm thinking, gosh, that is so true.
Yeah. Yeah, you are forced to. Yeah, if you're not careful. So what did I miss? In a nutshell.
Hey, whenever any of you we come together, it goes deep.
Went deep.
It went deep. I started with asking Ceri about the other limbs of yoga, and how she expresses them in her daily life, because you and I, we enjoy doing the yoga, the asana, which is the physical side of yoga. And then there's all these other things and we touched upon kawaru. You know kawaru, that one, the throat chakra. And I want Ceri to come up with a translation, and a sort of Nairobi translation of yoga, so that we can understand that how to release a kawaru is X, Y, Z. And we spoke about this very interesting thing that that Ceri was mentioning. When you're like, for example, the translation of holding a pose, let's say you're holding a warrior pose, and you are constantly thinking, oh, let me just get this done, get through this discomfort, this pain, and you get through to the next thing. And instead of doing that, to really just focus on the breathing and focus on the now, and really, we were talking about almost enjoying that state of discomfort. And then what you realize, what Ceri was saying, is that a lot of times where you used to feel your legs shaking and quivering, now you're finding yourself, you're quite, you're strong, you're putting like strong pose. What do you think about that? Because what we were saying is we're translating it into life,
Yeah, I agree. So I've done yoga for a long time, but I'm still very much a novice. I've not really delved into it. I think I jumped into yoga for vain reasons. I just wanted to be super fit and look hot. I was in uni. I was like, I got to get into that dress. I don't want to go to the gym. I think yoga is my thing. And then in my 20s, it was a lot easier because obviously you're younger, you're more agile, your body is different. And then after having kids, when I tried to go back to the yoga, and I'm the kind of person who's always been athletic, like, tell me to do something and Manu's body can do it. Show me a dance move, I'm there. I'm like, oh, like this, okay. Then all of a sudden it's like, I'm quivering, I'm shaking, and you feel very uncomfortable, you feel very inept. You're like, I don't like this, it shouldn't feel this way. And then I had to really force myself to be in the moment, to, especially the poses that were really difficult, to just Jenny, hold on to the pose that you feel the most discomfort, and try and just tell your body, Bwane, tulia, just get used to it. You're going to get used to it. And you do get to a point where you're like, oh my gosh, like now the chaturanga, I could never do the cobra pose, like from.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The transition.
Yeah, the transition, where you kind of go into you push down and then you go into the cobra pose and you push yourself back up again. That was always difficult for me. And I used to think, these people are crazy. Everyone who does this is mad. Like, why? But then you get to it and you're like, you feel so good. And and it definitely is what life is, whether it is, I don't like eating my vegetables, but they're good for me. So I kind of just have to eat them. And at some point, cabbage is actually not bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was, So yeah, for sure. I agree 100%. And coming from someone who it used to come easy to eventually it doesn't come so easy for me anymore. I see my 20-year-old niece do stuff. I'm just like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that? And she's like, you can do it. I'm like, no, I cannot. I need time.
It's true. I completely agree with everything that you're saying. When I gave now, with the kids, actually my abdominal muscles have separated.
You told me, yeah.
Diastasis recti. And the only way that actually it came together was through yoga. So I'm still in the process of bringing this one back, but with Zara, that's how I actually managed, and I found my core was getting stronger. For me, yoga was very much an old people, a kind of thing. Yeah, I needed the energy, high energy, like.
Yes, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Do you remember that time I went back into martial arts? I went back into karate.
After. Okay.
You remember? But then the problem was that it's a very high impact sport. And so it really affected my lower back. And so does sprinting and running. So I had to pull it all the way back.
Yes.
Find a way to strengthen everything.
Yes.
that yoga was doing that. I can see Ceri is just like, yeah, she totally gets it.
Yeah, yoga is amazing.
Yeah, you guys are saying, like, yeah, you're basically talking also my experience, except for the baby.
But
The baby changes that does to the body. Oh my goodness, yes. Um,
yeah,
do you know we didn't have the pressure of Instagram and all the social media, because this is where you see those young people pretzeling themselves and doing all those killer poses. Otherwise, man, we would have been up there. We would have been the
anyway,
updates.
what else?
I need to update my profile before I get
Yep.
home the hang of this pose.
But you know what? I've also seen some yoga teachers actually, that what I love is that, you know, they'll put pictures or maybe a video of them trying a pose and then falling out of the pose and just enjoying it. And then
Like, yeah,
the caption will be very much, remember that yoga is, you know, is and then they'll put in whatever it is, like the journey, or remember to breathe through it, and remember that this is, accept, you know what, so it's not about the perfection, it's about the journey, or something like that.
the journey. Yes.
And
Yeah.
one of the things that I do try to combat in my place of work, I currently work at a yoga studio, is this false expectation of, you know, you'll do yoga for this long and then X will be your results. You'll be able to bend yourself like a pretzel. You'll be able to do all those wild poses, or you'll have attained this body, you know. And I think people also find that if that's what they focus on, they'll miss also part of that journey. Like,
Yeah.
when you actually find yourself suffering through that pose in 2 weeks, you'll notice that, oh, actually, you know what, I was struggling with this, but look, now I'm not struggling as such. And yet maybe your body doesn't look any different, and yet what it is now able to accomplish, you know.
Yes.
Thank you for staying with us until the very end. Subscribe for our upcoming episodes to tell us what you'd like us to talk about on crescenttimes.info@gmail.com, or hit us up on Instagram @crescenttimes.